Morning, good morning. We are rounding second base. We're stepping into Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing well. I am Vernon Brown, bringing you the happy news every single day, breaking down the survival guide for the holidays. Why is this the survival guide for the holidays? Because this time of year, I want you just to take stock when you're going out. And I talk with this my lady all the time. We always talk about this. Even leading up to September, October, and I know we're in November now, but did you notice people's faces? Like when just walking around, everybody had resting, just I am frustrated with life face. Like we saw that back in June, July, February, and I'm not saying anything negative about that. I'm just trying to say like you could see what people are in a place right now. And today we're talking about cutting the sugar honey iced tea. Cut it. Like straight up, cut the crap out is what I'm getting at. Look at how people are looking right now. People already seem overtaxed. People already seem overworked. People already seem overwhelmed and underestimated. Many different reasons. I'm not saying this to everybody, of course, but largely you can see this. And I've traveled to many different states. So some people can say it's a geographic thing. No, I'm telling you, just look at the way people are carrying themselves. And going into this holiday season, the stress, the responsibilities, the concerns, the worries, the things that we want to accomplish, the way we want to close the year out, the way we want to represent ourselves, the things we need to just light our world on fire that we are trying to drive home to, that first play, to home where we just score and we just say, I made this year significant. And so typically what people are doing right now is, all right, I'll say about 40-50% of people are like, all right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm telling everybody, cut the crap. We don't need any more stressors right now. I've had this conversation at least 3 times already this week. It's about realizing what your priorities are. What are your exact priorities? Because a lot of things that we're looking at aren't truly moving you closer to what you want right now. They're not. Blanket statement here. There are things to do. There are things that make you feel good, but is it really moving the needle forward on what you want and what you're after? We talked about this with Dawn yesterday. But how are you really sitting back and recognizing? And I talked with this, one of my clients yesterday about a must do, should do, and a could do list. Your must do's. And this is how we cut the crap. This is how we kind of start segregating what's significant in a fire drill versus something that's not even warm. Must do, should do, could do list. Take some notes. Must do. The must do list is separating the things that are completely needed for you to survive and to thrive. The must do's. Yesterday, my must do. Yesterday was a rough, fudging day. The only thing I could do yesterday was sit back and think about my must-dos. I had to really decompress and say, of all the things I wanted to do, my gingerbread was sick. He wasn't feeling well. I was going through it, had different responsibilities going. I'm not sitting here whining about it. I'm just kind of giving an overview. And when I was sitting back and I realized I was frustrated because I had the must-do, should-do, and could-do list all boxed in together. Well, guess what? When you have that type of prioritization where everything's a fire drill, you're trying to do 7 different things and you're accomplishing nothing, nothing's going to get finished. It's going to hurt your self-esteem. It's going to hurt you because you're frustrated and you know that you can do better. All of these things can be stopped by saying, this is my must do. I must make sure my son is great. I must make sure that my clients are doing fantastic and wonderful and thriving and out there and just getting after what they want. Those are my must do's. Must do, another way of saying it, these are the things that are going to make my day successful no matter what. Please make sure you're following along. Then you have your could do's. Your could do's. They don't stop the world from turning. But these are the things that are really, I wouldn't say top 1, 2, or 3 priorities, but these are things that really bring some sort of significance. The could do could be something of washing your clothes. Borderline washing clothes, making sure you have general maintenance and cleanliness going on, oil changes, things like that. Because what we're doing now is we're segregating, hey, if I got to put this fire out, this is the fastest way I can put the fire out. It's not, one and running up and down the stairs. That doesn't help put the fire out. Putting the fire out is putting water on the fire, killing a fuel for the fire, making sure that nothing can burn. Those are musts. The coulds are things that really, it's helpful. We're moving things out of the way. And then lastly, it's the should do. And I am saying the word should. Do not should on yourself. Should is a very dangerous word. Dangerous because of this. And this is why I'm really cautious even in a few times I might throw it out there. Other than this example of talking about this. The shoulds you tend to have a judgment, some sort of criticism and judgment, which is going to be antithetical to everything we're doing. Because if you're beating yourself up about these things and you're looking at it, it's going to hurt you. And if you are feeling like, oh man, defeated, if you're feeling less than, if you have to motivate yourself by being negative, like, God, you know better, I should have done this, I should have done that, that's where those things goes. Should do's. Give you some examples. I touched on one earlier and kind of revealed it. But it's the things that, that might bring you some sort of a sense of accomplishment, but it's not really moving the ball forward. Washing the clothes, doing laundry, doing the dishes and things like that. They do have some importance, but they are not truly significant. How long does it take you to do it? And even if you say, well, Vernon, I've got a family of 5 and I have these family members coming around. Well, we need to start talking to them about delegating. We need to talk about looking at some different space. But typically, your should do's are things that really are just about yourself and feeling as if you're going to be guilty. These tend to involve general house maintenance. A lot of maybe, oh, I need to check in with da 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 da. These are things that really aren't helping you pay the bills. These are things that really aren't helping put that fire out. Cut the sugar, honey, iced tea. Keep yourself organized and prioritize. A lot of times the things that we want to do are more of a wish list. And it seems really like, fascinating sometimes because you're like, oh man, I've got this checklist and I can just go down, boom, 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 boom. All you're doing is stressing yourself out. All you're doing yourself is distracting from what the main goal is. Whenever I'm working with entrepreneurs, and this comes up in many ways, I'll say 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. When we're trying to prioritize everything, nothing gets done. Nothing. And going into the holiday season, I'm really talking about those faces where people need to look like they need to listen to Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. They need to smile more. They need to be excited the fact that, oh man, I got some good family coming in town, or you don't have good family coming in town. And if you listened yesterday, the good news is you know that you can set a time limit on how long you can be with these persons. That's something to celebrate. But when you're just loading your plate up with a bunch of stuff, going to a Thanksgiving metaphor with a bunch of stuff that you really don't even want to eat, stop it. Let's talk about how this translates into dollars. For persons and people who are giving their time away willingly, freely, and I'm revealing a blind spot today, willingly and freely giving your time up, and you can only have a blind spot watch once, as my mentor taught me. After that, it's a choice. It starts realizing like, man, I could be putting these 2 hours into X activity. I could be putting the 30 minutes into connecting with people more. I could be taking it 10 minutes to send 3 to 4 more emails. I could be taking that 5 or 6 hours and really getting a stronger sense of what's happening in my community, which can give you a better product idea. Ideas like this is what made one of my clients $12,000 in a week. And it's not about the money. It's about the value of your time and recognizing that, hey, look, I'm going into this year smarter, better, and doing, awesome. Make sure as you level up that your expectations for yourself start leveling up too. As you do better, do less. That's the goal. As you start making more money, and this is something you might not have heard before, but as you continue to do better in life, the goal is not to do more. It's to become more. It may be to have more, but it's not to do more. Step into that attitude this year with this holiday season, looking for more freedom than the fight. Looking for more, fun than just, frustration. And it starts with you sitting back and having a must do, should do, could do list. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize your life and yourself, and do not spend time being busy. Let's be more productive. And that's kind of the also hidden power embedded in the must do, should do, could do list. All right, cool kids. I'm going to see you all tomorrow. If you have questions, I got really good questions yesterday to ask Dawn, and thank you for that, about the hormones and also about menopause. Completely different subject. Checked on the wall. You can see what I'm talking about. Dawn Sylvester was on yesterday. I have a great email going out about her today. Again, personal friend. I will see you kids all tomorrow. Keep it rocking and rolling. Vernon, I will see you tomorrow, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, representing What You Happy.